Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matthew Proud. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona down here. I'm 28 years old. I just want to share with you my story, and hopefully this can really, inspire people to really chase after what they really want to pursue, their dream and their passion. So when I was 19, fresh out of high school, going to college, things like that, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I went to school and I went to college just because that's what I was supposed to do. That's what society is supposed to do. And I ended up actually dropping out after my first semester of college because I didn't know what I was there for, honestly. I just went just to go because that's what my parents said to do. That's what my grandma said to do. And I didn't really know why I was there. So I ended up dropping out. And then obviously after I dropped out of college, I needed money. I needed income. I needed a job to help me figure out what I wanted to do with my life, and I needed income to be able to support me. So I did a few odd end jobs here and there. And when I was 20 years old, there's a position that opened up in my hometown for a deputy in town for the county. And lo and behold, I applied for it. I went through the testing, and I ended up actually getting the job as a deputy when I was 21. It was actually my 21st birthday. And I wasn't there because I wanted to be a deputy. That's not why I was there at all. My plan the whole time, all along, was I needed something sustainable that could give me some income so I could go out there and really pursue my passion. And while I was working there, I was not happy whatsoever. I can tell you that right now. I was a wild child. I didn't like to be in one place, constantly, let alone doing the same things over and over again. I had to show up to this job every single day. And it wasn't working an 8-hour day. It wasn't working a 10-hour day. It was working 12-hour days. That was my entire day. And I was making some decent money, but I wasn't happy. And I was working all the time. I didn't have any time to spend my money that I was making. And so I knew I needed to make a change. I needed to do something else, out there. And that's really when I discovered what's called the experiential marketing industry. And I heard about this industry from a friend from Chicago. I lived in Illinois originally. Grew up, out in the country, being a deputy out there, way out in the outskirts on the other side of Illinois. But some of my friends in Chicago, they were in this industry called experiential marketing. What this industry is where these big companies that you and I know, we wear their t-shirts, we drive their cars, we wear their hats, we see these big brands all over the place. Turns out they actually pay people to represent their brands, like their products and services, whatever it may be, at these big events, things like festivals, concerts, expos, things like that. They pay people just to represent and share their brands at these big events, and that really intrigued me. I didn't really understand it at first, but it was interesting. I was like, so these brands pay people like you. Are you working with the brand? How does this work? And they're like, no, actually, we're not working for the brand. We're actually working independently. We start our own business and we actually turn those brands into our clients, and they pay us to represent them. And so I was like, so there's no job really, there's no boss. You kind of pick and choose, what events you want to work, what brands you want to work with. They go, yes. And it turns out they were paying anywhere from $18 to $75 an hour. I found that very interesting. I kind of understood it. I didn't really get it, but I said, hey, that sounds a lot more flexible than the sheriff's deputy job. I want to get into it. So I ended up getting into it, and it started off kind of slow. I kind of had to figure things out on my own, not really knowing what to do. But after a while, I ended up becoming so successful in this industry. I figured out that working part-time in this industry that I discovered was actually paying me more than I would have as a sheriff's deputy. And I was working half the time. I worked my own hours. It was completely flexible. So I ended up quitting resigning from the sheriff's deputy position and pursuing this industry full time. And what was really cool about this industry is these events are all over the world, all over the country. And I found out that these companies that were my clients actually paid me sometimes to go out to their events in different states, wherever it may be. So I would be able to travel paid for by these big companies to represent them, anywhere from $18 to $75 an hour. It was, certain activations just for like a specific event. So this company would say, hey, we want to be at this big, fitness festival, whatever it may be. It's a 3-day event. We're going to pay you $25 an hour to be there. We're going to pay you to go there. We're going to pay you $25 an hour to be there just to share our brand, whether it's a Nike brand, whether it's GMC Buick, whatever it may be, whatever brand, they team up with you and they pay you that amount of money to go there and just have fun with their brand, whether it's a setup at a big event where it's a booth, whether you're just running around handing out free stuff from the company, and they pay you very, very well. And it was surprising to me as most jobs in the marketplace aren't even paying, $13 to $15 an hour. These companies really pay you $18 to $75 an hour just to have fun at an event. And so I really expanded on that industry, and flash forward, 5, 6, 7 years later, actually pursuing this industry. I've been doing this full time now, and I've been fortunate enough to be able to travel all over the place representing these brands. I'm completely independent. I work for myself, which is phenomenal. I can go work an event somewhere for like 3 days, make $1,000, and then take 2 weeks off and go travel somewhere. And that's all on me. It's completely my decision where I want to work, what brands I want to work with. It's all independent. And so that's really what I've always wanted to do, is be able to travel and have a flexibility in my life. I was a wild child. I couldn't be cooped up somewhere. I had to move around, experience new things, meet new people, and it turns out this actually pays pretty well as well. And so very, very fortunate to come across this industry. That's kind of my story of how I went from being just a sheriff's deputy, in a small town, not happy, working 12 hours a day, not having any free time, to be able to break away from that and to be able to pursue my true passions, have time to pursue my true passions, and really enjoy an industry that I never really knew about. And I'm very, very blessed, to come across that. And you can actually see some of my story below as well. There's some pictures of, different places I've been, some brands that I've worked with, and I encourage you just to look at the story below and read some of it as well, just to see kind of, how I created my success, with this industry. But what I want to do today as well is, I am very, very fortunate to come across this. I'm a very giving person. I like to give back people. When I find something that's valuable, I like to put it out into the world so other people can experience it as well. I've been in this industry for 7 years now, and I have to share this information with my friends, my family, and people out there, just because it's really hidden and you can't really hear about it anywhere else besides a personal referral or someone telling you about it. And so I'm here today to share with you the information that I received, 6, 7 years ago. And I wish I would have had all this knowledge back then so I could have really jumped into this industry and really pursue it quickly rather than had to figure it out on my own. Well, I actually put together something that can help you actually learn about this industry, so you could pursue it as well. If this is something that interests you, you say, hey, I would love to, make some money on my spare time, whether it's on the weekend, or hey, I would like to get into this and turn it into a full-time thing. I don't like where I'm working right now. You could turn this into your full-time income in the next, 2 to 5 months of in this industry. So I actually put together a blueprint that is everything that I've learned in this industry, from not knowing anything whatsoever all the way till being a professional to where I am today. Everything that I've learned in the past 7 years is bundled up in this blueprint, and it's step by step exactly how to get into this industry, how to work for yourself, and actually how to team up with these brands, make them your client, and have them pay you $18 to $75 every single hour and pay for your trips to go to certain events. And I'm going to teach you how to do that in this blueprint. It goes through everything. You can see a little bit more information on that on the tab, on the button below, or at the bottom of my story. You can actually see the blueprint, what is included, everything inside of it. So I'm going to offer this blueprint to you. You can't get it anywhere else whatsoever. I encourage you to look to see what's inside it first by clicking the button below, just to see everything that I give. There's tons of value in there. Trust me, you're not going to find this value anywhere else about this industry. There's nothing like it out there whatsoever. And I'm actually getting this blueprint out to people for only $14. You're like, oh, it's not free. I mean, this is 7 years of experience in this industry, and you can get it for only $14, and it's going to show you everything that you need to know to be successful within this industry. Everything that you need to know. You can kind of compare the $14 to it could be like 2 drinks at a nightclub. Let's be real here. And the thing with this too is actually I offer back a money back guarantee. I know how much value is within this blueprint, and if you don't like the blueprint for whatever reason, within 30 days, contact me and I'll actually give you your money back. No questions, 0 questions asked whatsoever. So I encourage you to read a little bit about my story below and actually just look at the blueprint, honestly, because I didn't really know too much about this industry whatsoever, but what it's led to, it just blows my mind. I never expected it to lead to this after when I first originally heard about it. So I encourage you to pick up the blueprint today and, look through it, Follow it step by step if you're looking to pursue this industry or learn everything about it. And I guarantee you, you're going to like what you see and you're going to like what's in the blueprint. And, I really wish you the best if you're looking to pursue this industry. And you can feel free to contact me anytime about anything whatsoever if you have any questions as well. But the blueprint pretty much covers it all. So I encourage you today, pick up the blueprint, look, see what's inside of it. And I look forward to you pursuing this industry as well. And so you can really go out there and have the flexibility and time freedom to pursue your passions and your true dreams. Thanks, everybody.